And we are back on our episode of NBA 2K14. And earlier this last episode, as the Chicago Bulls defeat the LA Lakers in a close game by 5 points, 106 to 101. Derrick Rose got 26 and 11 assists. Joakim Noah got 19 points. On the other hand, Nick Young got 24 points, and Kobe Bryant is also 24 points. And now for the main event of the day, but the second presentation is ready to go to work. And now here we go, guys. Last game of the MLK Day here in Oakland, California is the Interconference Showdown featuring Paul George of the Indiana Pacers take on Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors. And for this game, the Pacers gonna use the dark blue and the Warriors gonna use the white. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And now, we are sending over to Kevin Harlan here in Oracle Arena in Oakland. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video right now. And here we go. Let's go. Let's get started. Enjoy the video now.
Damon Bruce here, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Today's broadcast in tribute to Martin Luther King. It's going to be the Indiana Pacers up against the Golden State Warriors. We'll catch up again at halftime.
Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports, a special Martin Luther King Day edition. I'm Kevin Harlan, alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. And guys, taking a look at Paul George, what will we see from him?
Well, he's an exciting young player. Almost 6'10", great athleticism, length, dynamic finisher at the rim, and he can guard multiple positions defensively.
And you know what, Steve? His growth defensively has been just as impressive. He uses that length to great advantage, contesting shots and coming away with deflections and steals.
Home court advantage goes to the Warriors playing here at the Oracle Arena. They're faced now with what is probably the easiest part of their schedule. They've got a lot of home games on the docket, but they can't take anything, guys, for granted.
Well, this is a nice stretch for this team, Kevin, because they get a number of games at home, and it gives them a chance to make up some ground in the standings.
No question. I mean, they've proven to be a very tough team to beat in this building. So for these games coming up, they'll be ready. Their fans will be ready. This could be a critical part of their season where they do some damage and get on a roll.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod. And then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. They're teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game. A potential momentum builder.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it. You know, it's funny, you look at the Golden State Warriors, they've had the third best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
Here's Curry after David West's bucket. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Pacers have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And Clark, as you were saying about the Warriors, they really feed off this home crowd. Steve, you said maybe the best in the NBA?
I think so, just in terms of the support they get, regardless of their success. You think back over the last 16, 17 years, Warriors have only been in the playoffs twice, and yet the fans are there every single night going nuts. So and now that they're a good team, I think this fan base is really going to come alive.
Here's Thompson, following the basket by George Hill. Curry's shot is good.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Mark Jackson. They'll be up against one of the true giants of the league in Roy Hibbert. And he talks about how impressed he is with Hibbert's dedication to improving his game, saying he's gotten better year after year. And now is one of the guys you have to account for, really, at both ends of the floor. Defensively, you've got to get low and try to root him out of the paint. And then on offense, we'll probably look to put him in pick and rolls to test his mobility. Seems like a smart strategy, guys. We'll see how they do.
Thanks again, Doris. Iguodala gets the bucket.
Pretty impressive. 5 straight makes to start this game.
Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against New Orleans.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win. Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
That deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And I like the way he capped that drive off, guys, with the one-hand punch.
Mazzili's checked in for Golden State. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. Curry, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. Will go to the line.
Well, when you think about instant offense, his name comes to mind immediately. Doesn't take much for him to get it going and run off a string of buckets.
And Steve, he's a player that's extremely hard to cool off. I mean, he picks up right where he left off after every break in the action, it seems. Timeouts, halftime, it doesn't matter. When he's hot, he stays hot.
Douglas with the steal. Moving it up. It's down the breakaway slam. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And we're also seeing a lot of fast break moves, so this team doing a nice job getting easy points.
And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Let's take this chance to look at the teams that have been the league's most efficient passers this past month. The Pacers fourth.
The last few weeks have shown these guys that being patient with your passing can earn you some easy looks and baskets. Excellent teamwork. The more you do it, the more you're rewarded, and it becomes contagious. And you know, you talk about Frank Vogel, guys, and the Pacers. It seemed he won over his roster from the moment he took over. He placed a lot of confidence and trust in his players, and most importantly, brought a breath of positivity and positive energy to that locker room and to that team.
That is good.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and then let your perimeter players play off your bigs. No, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
And back to Vogel, he really helped instill the identity of this Pacers team of toughness and defense and, Steve, that willingness to battle.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit with their personnel. The way he motivates this team to defend and play with that edge. I just love this group, the Pacers team, the talent along with Frank Vogel. Just a really nice fit.
Here's Copeland, and the basket good.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominated.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
A three from Barnes. Another three for Golden State.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Boy, the field goal percentage is fantastic. Exactly the kind of start they were hoping for.
And Ezeli with the block. Now here's Barnes. He's guarded by Stevenson. That's good from Barnes on the assist by Douglas. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against Los Angeles.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, they were really locked in from beyond the arc in that game. I mean, the result wouldn't have looked anything like it did if they hadn't gotten so hot from long range.
You're exactly right. They were splashing home threes at an unbelievable rate.
There's 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And another basket for Golden State. And we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Warriors lead by 9. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Coming up this Saturday night, January 25th, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Philadelphia 76ers. It's East and West. Hoops action.
Thanks again for joining us. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. Our special Martin Luther King Day presentation of the NBA. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor, they're knocking down the triple.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. Draymond Green is out there with David Lee. Iguodala kicks to Curry. That falls. Nice feed that time for Andre Iguodala. And 11 points for Steph Curry.
He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in it.
Here's Granger, and that is good. Hill against Curry. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Iguodala outside. And another three for Golden State.
Those are starting to add up. Their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
Paul George, he's checked in for Orlando Johnson.
But one thing I've always loved about Andre Iguodala is the fact that he's so unselfish. He's really probably best suited to play a point forward role where he's handling the ball quite a bit, either in transition or in the half court at the high post. He can use his size to pass over the top of people.
It's Curry with the drive. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Pacers trail by 10. Passes it to Hibbert. Beats him in there. And the stuff by West.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yeah.
Sir, that may put a little life back into this team.
Curry with it. He had 13 points in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And don't forget about the incredible rebounding night for him, too. I mean, just devouring the glass all game long.
And you go back to Iguodala, relatively judicious with his shot selection in Denver. Some have wanted him to even be more aggressive offensively.
You know, I think that's a bit misguided, Kevin. This is a guy who does everything and does it well. He's a team-first guy. He's got to stay true to who he is. And I think he does a really good job of doing that. He rebounds, he defends, he passes, he provides scoring. You can't just look at his point totals and evaluate his game.
He brings a lot to the game.
A lot to the table.
What do you call stat sheet stuffer?
Yes, sir. That's him.
Granger for the three. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists in the game. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And Bazemore kicks to Iguodala. Bogut covered by Hibbert. Bogut gets the screen from Iguodala. Bogut gets the bucket. Bogut's got his first basket of the night.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
That sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yep, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Well, this group of shooting guards has given us a little bit of something extra lately, including excellent rebounding, so you can see those numbers. Paul George on top.
And you know what he gives away in terms of size to other big men down low, he makes up for with his agility and determination. That's what makes him such an outstanding rebounder.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to one thing you said there, Steve, is determination. You can't be as good a rebounder as he is from the two-guard spot without significant determination and effort. I mean, and he brings it every night.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Lee, and it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. That's good.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Outside, George. From about 19 feet. And again, it's Indiana. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Spates dishes to Bogut. Bazemore. No good from outside. And stolen by Spates. And the pass to Bazemore. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bazemore's got 6 points. And the action on him is it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. It's tough to see.
Yeah, and as many times as you see it, Clark, you never like to see a player have to come out of the game with an injury.
Especially when it's your own teammate. But the other guys just have to step up in the meantime to make up for his absence. Next guy up is what we say.
The Pacers making a change here. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Hibbert. West comes in for Danny Granger. And Stevenson's checked in for Hill. And it's Watson in for George Hill. The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
And the shot is good. And that's now 9 points for Paul George.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Barnes can't get it to go. Pacers trail by 7. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Shot's good.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the float.
Bazemore passes to Bogut. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that.
And George kicks to Scola. Rejected by Spates, and he gets it back. Watson for 3. And Indiana, another 3.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. The Warriors on top. They lead by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
Now, presented by Sprint. Glad to have you with us on Martin Luther King Day. Let's get rolling with the halftime show. The Golden State Warriors are ahead against Indiana. They sit in 6th place in the standings right now in the conference. They'd like to improve their seeding right here. Stephen Curry's been tremendous in the first half. He's got 13 points, and he's been able to provide some nice assists as well. And doing their best to stay alive, the Indiana Pacers. And defensively, they've done a good job grabbing rebounds, limiting second chances. Some great work out there by Paul George. The bucket looks about 5 feet wide for him. He hasn't missed one shot. Can you believe it? And now, let's check out the other games still going on. The Lakers in a hard-fought game against the Chicago Bulls. Second half of play, still anybody's game. And another game going on. Over in Houston, it's the Rockets trailing to Portland. A lot of ground to make up for them and not a lot of game left. And here's a look at the other NBA action from around the league. Out at the Palace of Auburn Hills, it was the Pistons losing to the Clippers. 6-point difference in that one. Josh Smith was their scoring leader. And that'll be it for us here. Thanks so much for joining me. Now it's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We hope to see you around next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports.
The Pacers really have to improve their approach against Curry.
13 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. It should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2, Ranger and West at the forward slots, and it's Hibbert in at the 5 spot.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Iguodala outside. There's the dish to Curry. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. 16 points for Steph Curry.
He's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? Really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
And it's good.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse. Well, George Hill, one of those unique stories, playing with his hometown Indiana Pacers. He's a native of Indianapolis and Broad Ripple High School. Was drafted by the Spurs, played in their system for 3 years out in San Antonio, and was acquired by the Pacers in a draft day trade back in 2011. And it's worked out well for both teams. Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
The feed to George. West inside. Banked in off the glass. West has got 8 points. And prior to last season, the Pacers signing George Hill, 5-year, $40 million extension.
He's a good player. A really good combo guard. Can shoot it well from distance. Can run a team. Maybe not a traditional point guard, but somebody who can help you win. I think he's a good move for the Pacers.
The Pacers making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
Well, you know, when they need a big three, he's the guy they look to. He's about as reliable a deep threat as you're going to find.
Very true, Steve. I mean, he's also one of those guys who doesn't take long at all to get on a roll offensively. He's a fun player to watch when he gets out.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
Hill against Curry. Hill dishes to West. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 6th assist on the night.
His shooting has been so good today, and he may have to take it upon himself to try to get his play.
That's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket. Indiana making some changes. Mahinmi comes in for David West. And Chris Copeland subbed in for Danny Granger. Pass to Mahinmi. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Mahinmi's got his first basket.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
David West, he's checked in for Roy Hibbert. Here's Iguodala. Drills it from outside. Iguodala's got 5 points now this quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Johnson gets to Copeland. A finger roll finish at the bucket. Copeland's got his second bucket.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
His presence in the paint gives their offense such a valuable dimension.
The Pacers making a switch here. Curry's checked in. The Warriors shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
Now, Klay Thompson making NBA money. I'll tell you what, he learned from his father, Michael Thompson, who played a long time in the NBA. And his dad taught him, hey, you better live on a monthly stipend. You got to save your money, son. So, good advice from Pops.
Here's Curry. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky. You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult. While they're trailing?
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
Guys, look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
And it's Hill penetrating from the low block. The open shot by Johnson. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Now, just a 4-point Warrior lead.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Indiana's gotten off 4 shots from 3-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Count that one. Mahimi's got 4 this quarter.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
And the basket is good. The call goes his way, and we could be looking at a 3-point play. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Well, not the best statistic for him. I mean, his performance at the line, of course, very low numbers.
And guys, this has not been a season to remember for him at the free throw line, certainly to this point.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Roy Hibbert's checked in for West. Granger comes in for Orlando Johnson. Lance Stevenson subbed in for George Hill.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
And here is Curry, who's got 20. And that one's good.
Smoking hot behind the arc.
Hey, trust me on this one, partner. They are going to continue to let him fly.
And that one's good. And that's now 9 points for Danny Granger.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
On its way from Curry for 2, and it's Golden State with another. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Warriors lead by 3. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter.
Wednesday, January 22nd, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. A conference battle in the West. Be there.
And welcome back to the 2K Sports broadcast of the NBA, celebrating Martin Luther King Day. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
They've got Draymond Green, Nedovic out there with Kent Bazemore. Then there's Festus Ezeli, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. That's the Warriors' 5.
You know, Kevin, he never gives up on a play. That's what I love about him. He's just one of those guys who will bring effort and energy the entire 48 minutes.
And something else he does that might not wind up in the stat sheet, but is still a big part of his game, his leadership defensively. Collectively, they're a much better team when he's on the floor.
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Oh, and the jam by Granger.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close. And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Rush with the block.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Hill passes to Stevenson. He dishes it to West. And that one's good. And the Pacers lead by 2. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Pacers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Also, you can see how they've gotten after it defensively. I mean, the steal totals are really something to admire.
The Pacers making a switch here. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Mark Jackson said to his club. We can't let up now. If we stay and make a few plays, we'll be right back in it. His message was clear. Stay the course, Kevin.
That is a terrific effort on the shot. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made it look like he was the bigger guy.
Granger from outside. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 14 points for Danny Granger.
I'll tell you what, the first half may have been a little slow, but both clubs really picking up the intensity here in the second.
I'll say that's for sure. I mean, things have really ramped up here.
And we've seen a few mix-ups defensively out there on the perimeter.
More than a few. I mean, the open looks they've allowed from long range have turned into a lot of points.
And the basket by West.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
On the wing, Iguodala. Pass to Green. He's against Hibbert. Lee outside. West with the steal. And George, here we go. Hill. Right through the knee for the layup.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, I mean, they ought to continue to pound it in low.
Took him no time at all on that one. 19 points for Andre Iguodala.
He's such a clutch shooter, Kevin. He just lives for the big shot.
It's stolen by Green. Gives him the lead pass. Lee dishes to Bazemore. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on the clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality. If the shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
For 3. Hill. And the Pacers another 3.
That is his shot, guys. So you can't just give it to him. You've got to get up on him and get into his airspace there.
And George, here we go. And the powerful one-hand. Slam. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Yeah, it has been. Neither team able to create any significant separation so far.
Steve?
Yeah, that's right, guys. The lead has now changed hands 5 times.
Here's Hill, and it's blocked. Left in the game. Lee kicks to Medovich. He feeds it to Bazemore. Drills the three-pointer. Bazemore has got 10 points in the quarter.
They are wreaking havoc with the three-point shot here.
Lazy perimeter defense. Clark, you got to take the shooter's airspace away from him.
And the Warriors making a change here. And Iguodala comes to help. Hibbert the pass to Hill. West inside. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltender.
Playing hard, but you got to play smart, too. Get there too late, and that's a big whistle.
Fans don't like that call one bit.
Well, the officials got an earful as a result.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Connects from downtown.
Second three-pointer of the half, fourth overall. So he's having a nice game from outside.
Granger drives in. And it's Hibbert missing.
It's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
From downtown. They get it back. Back to Curry. Tipped.
Well, they're still within reach, but they need a boot. Much every time down the field.
Well, they've got a little life, but they better execute every time. He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and not one of them likes it.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a three-point game.
And the free throws make things a lot more simple for them. Now you just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
The Warriors have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch.
Yeah, no question they like the ball at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a three-point game. Indiana's gotten on a roll from three-point land. They've been flawless. 6 for 6 tonight. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Twelve seconds left in the fourth quarter. Granger for the three. Count it! A tremendous three to tie it up.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
9 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Iguodala. That will count.
Wow! A lightning bolt to win it at the buzzer. That is... Incredible, sensational finish to a sensational game.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Andre Iguodala.
Unbelievable finish here in Oakland, California. Andre Iguodala at the buzzer with the spin and fadeaway shot to win the game at the buzzer. 2-point finish. And now update right now, as you can see, Marc Gasol's now healed, will recover, will be back here with the Grizzlies. Raymond Felton, Danilo Gallinari, Jonas Valanciunas, Tyler Hansbrough will be healed, will be out for sore knee but still playing. Now Marc Gasol report to return to practice for the Grizzlies team. Now check out some rotation before the lineup for the Grizzlies. I'm gonna come in for Marc Gasol, replaced to this guy. And Zach Randolph will be also recovered for replace Ed Davis. And let's check out some other players will be returned. And Ruby other teams will also return. Rest in peace to Pap Melo. In real life, that's not true. I will keep in the lineup switch for Marc Gasol. So now as you can see, back up for the Grizzlies team. And the starting lineup for now. Other hand, what's the other hand? Still injuries. Raymond Felton still healed right now, and Danilo Gallinari is now out. So unfortunately, we need to get back reserve. We need to return. So we need to return quickly for this replacements. Let's go this one. So we're gonna keep it right now. Danilo Gallinari return to play for clear. Alright. So now let's check out some view box score. What a game. What a finish here in Oracle Arena. Stephen Curry got 29 points. Andre Iguodala got 21. David West got 18 points. Paul George got 17. Danny Granger got 17, Paul George got 15, and George Hill got 14 and 15. What an ending here as the Warriors win. Game winner by Andre Iguodala. Now we're off to January 21. We got some 5 NBA games together. On Tuesday we got the Kings, Pelicans, Blazers, Thunder, Magic Nets, Timberwolves, Jazz, and Celtics Heat. It's gonna simulate around the corner right now. It's gonna be get in. Ed Davis will be certainly day to day. Sam and Dalibert will be healed. Danilo Gallinari again. Strain Glon is hurt again 2 to 4 weeks. Is not shot. JJ Hickson, Wilson Chandler is flu. Marcin Gotan. Alright, so we're gonna check out some updates there. We got the Kings. How did it start against the Pelicans? Let's check out again blue box score. Jrue Holiday got 25 and 9. Eric Gordon got 21. And DeMarcus Cousins so close to triple-double. And Kyle Landry is also 23 and 9. Thunder, Timberwolves, extended losing skid for the Jazz, Magic, and the Heat. So that was a win for the Heat. How about that? Alright, so we're gonna skip all the way for the first one, the King Clippers Bobcats. There's no flex, and just like in real life, Pacers Suns got flex into the ESPN, but they remove it. So Detroit and Milwaukee will not flex in because they have a superstar battle. All the skip at the Clippers Bobcats game will be fine out. So gonna skip for the Clippers and Bobcats there, and Bobcats! How about that? Stun over the Clippers. 29 points for Kemba Walker. And Blake Griffin got 19 points. Matt Barnes got 16. Jordan and Crawford got 15. Dudley and Paul got 10. And you see that right there, the first met each other, and now the second met is stunned by 1 point win. So now for the next game on our hand, we're off to Cleveland, Ohio. Will be a Central Division rivalry, but check out some updates, some playoff pictures. Heat and still the top. Let's see the Cavaliers already do. It's still in 10th spot and a 10th seed below. That should be a good one here in this game. On the other hand, in the West, you see the update right now about the second game you saw. Our second game will be another marquee matchup. The Spurs and the Thunder. That should be another good game. Right there and right now. It's gonna be a good game. Our second game, we're off to San Antonio. It's gonna be a good most watch. Thunder face the Spurs. That should be interesting here in San Antonio. That will be a good one here in AT&T. Well, that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. As the Western Conference Finals begun, the Thunder dominated Timberwolves in Game 1 by outlast in the second half. So next game, tomorrow night goes the first game in Cleveland, Ohio. Not in Milwaukee or Orlando. First game goes to Cleveland, Ohio. We got the Central Division rivalry featuring Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah of the Chicago Bulls take on Kyrie Irving and Dion Waiters of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and followed by the second game of the day. We got some marquee matchup featuring the two of the powerhouse in the Western Conference, featuring Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, along with Manu Ginobili of the San Antonio Spurs. That should be a pay-per-view meet again, just the second time this season. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. What a finish here in Oracle Arena in Oakland as the Warriors beat the Pacers in a close game, 105-103. This is Andre Kenshin. Say so long for Oracle Arena in Oakland. We'll see you tomorrow for another doubleheader going to Cleveland, Ohio, for the Chicago Bulls take on the Cleveland Cavaliers, followed by the second game. It's going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder take on the San Antonio Spurs. So once again, this is Andre Kenshin saying so long for Oracle Arena in Oakland. And now it's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night. And reminder, we'll see you tomorrow. We're on our way to Cricket Loans Arena for the Chicago Bulls to the Cleveland Cavaliers, followed by the second game here at the AT&T Center. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder take on the San Antonio Spurs. Sign up and peace out. Good night and thanks for watching.